Welcome back to our Cricut Beginner Series. In this episode, we are going to make your very first sticker project. So in previous videos, I'll give you a brief little recap in case you haven't watched them. If you haven't watched them, make sure you're subscribed to our channel, Design Bundles, and you've got the notifications icon checked so that you don't miss any of our videos in this series or in future series. We have so far in this series done like an intro video that talks about all the terms and just different terminology related to Cricut that you probably want to know before you dive in, that can get very overwhelming and confusing if you don't go over it first. We have an intro video on Cricut Design Space to get you comfortable using the software. We have a beginner video on doing your first adhesive vinyl project. We have one on doing your first heat transfer vinyl project. And now today we're doing your first sticker project. So lots of people love making stickers. I am no exception. I also love making stickers. And today we're making this design and we're making a very cute little holographic laminated sticker. So it's gonna be super fun, super beginner friendly. Let's dive in. First, we must talk about the materials that you need for this project. You will need sticker paper. This is my personal fave right now. It is Betkey brand. You can find it on Amazon. It's spelled Betkey. So Betkey brand, they are labels. I just get the 8.5 by 11 sheet with no grids and I print my stickers on it and I love them. You're also gonna need some laminating sheets. We are doing holographic laminating sheets today. This is my favorite and I get them from Amazon. They are Cosark brand. And I like them because you can kind of choose whatever pattern of holographic that you like the best. And you can even create your own little variety pack. So I have this pack that I just bought and it has 4 different patterns in it. And I think they're all really cute. You're also gonna need like a squeegee of some kind. You can also use like a credit card if you have that. And then you're gonna need a straight edge cutter like this one. This is just an Amazon one. It's Fiskars brand, Fiskars, but also you could get like the Cricut version of this if you bought like a Cricut toolkit. That's it for our supplies. So let's hop over to the computer and I'll show you how to download your file and get it imported into Cricut Design Space and ready to cut. Okay, so this is the design we are going to be using today from Design Bundles. It says books are my happy place and they are my happy place. We're going to hit download now. And when we do that, we're going to hit the button again up here and you can see it's going to download a zip file. So the first thing we need to do is unzip that file. So we're going to go to our Finder, go to downloads, and to unzip a file, you just double click it. So super simple. That's it on the downloading side. So we're gonna hop straight over to Cricut Design Space and I will show you how to import it. Okay, so when you pull up Cricut Design Space, you're gonna be here on your home page. We are gonna go straight to our canvas up here in this little tab. And then we're gonna click upload in the bottom, well, middle-ish bottom left of your screen. And then we're gonna hit upload image. So from this screen, we're gonna hit browse and we're gonna just pull up that folder that we just downloaded here. You can see we have quite a few options. It looks like I'm gonna do these as a list actually so I can read all of the names. Here we go. So it looks like she has a distressed version, an alt kind of PNG, a distressed alt, and then just the sticker. So what we want is the sticker version. And usually if a designer does it this way, the sticker version is gonna be the one that has like a white outline on it, which is definitely what you want for stickers. It just makes everything easier to kind of cut as one piece. So we're gonna double click that sticker file and we're gonna hit continue. This is Cricut's like little built-in editor for when you upload a file, but if you're using files from Design Bundles, which I highly recommend, you don't need to do anything at this step because your designer has already done this part for you. Next, Cricut is gonna ask you which of these type of files that you want, and we want a flat graphic because we are gonna be making a sticker. In Cricut terms, that means we are doing a print then cut project. And all it means when we say print then cut is we are gonna print it on something, sticker paper in this case, and then the Cricut is gonna cut around the outline of that thing that we printed, a sticker, so that we can use it. So we are doing a print then cut. We're gonna hit continue. And then you could change the name at this step up here if you wanted to. You could even add tags or put it in a folder if you wanted to, or you can just hit upload. Okay, it is giant, it's 23 inches wide. That's way too big for a sticker. We're gonna, for starters, knock it down to about 2 inches in width by just clicking on the width up here, deleting all that out, pressing 2 and pressing enter. Now, if when you did that, you ended up with something that looked like this, that is because your proportions are not locked on your image. So this little lock right here should be in the locked position to make sure that we're constraining or locking our proportions when we change the size. All that means is when I change the width, I want the height to change proportionally. I don't want to just isolate changing the width or the height. So now that we've done that, we want to make a whole sheet of these because we really want to maximize our 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. If I printed this right now, I would only use just the top corner of this sheet, and then the rest would just be wasted. So what we're going to do is make sure we're using it to its full advantage. So we are going to make an entire sticker sheet of just this one sticker. We want a lot of this one sticker. If you wanted to, you could technically upload lots of different sticker designs and make kind of like a variable sheet if you wanted to. But because this is a beginner tutorial, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to do just one sticker design. So the max print then cut size for an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper on Cricut is 7.4 by 9.9. I actually think it's like 7 point, wait, what is it? Hold on, I gotta relook that up. 7.4 by 9.9. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so it's 7.4 by 9.9. So what I'm gonna do is click on Shapes, grab myself a little square here, gonna close that little area there. And then I do actually wanna unlock my proportions this time because we want this square to be exactly 7.4 by 9.9. There's actually like a 100th decimal place to that proportion. It's like 7.4 something by 9.9 something, but this is close enough. This is pretty much as big as you can get. So we're just gonna keep it to the 10th place to keep it simple. This is not gonna be printed, it's not gonna be cut, it's not even gonna be used. We're just using this as a guideline so I know how much space I have to fill. So what I'm gonna do is I want this to be the background layer so it's not covering up my sticker here. So over here in the layers panel, I'm just gonna drag my square to the bottom. And now what I can do is take my little 2-inch width sticker and duplicate it a few times here. And I can just start placing these on my sticker sheet however I want. Now, you don't need to have a ton of space between them, but you do wanna have enough that your Cricut doesn't fuse them together. So I try to leave just a little bit of space, and then I'm just gonna continue duplicating that row until I've basically filled my sticker sheet here. Looks like I can fit about 4 rows. So now that I know how much I can fit on there, I can go ahead and toggle the visibility on that square. So I'm gonna turn the little eyeball to shut so we don't see it and we don't cut it. And then the last thing we wanna do is select our entire sticker sheet and flatten it. So flatten merges everything into a single layer for a print then cut, which is exactly what we're doing. And the reason why we're doing it that way is because we want the Cricut to cut it in this exact orientation in this exact space, because we really want it to all cut on one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and we've already organized it all how we know it works. So by flattening it, we're telling Cricut, hey, don't move anything around, just do it just like this. So I'm gonna hit flatten. And now we have our sticker sheet all together. And this is where, right before this step, you could put in other sticker files if you wanted to, and then go and flatten that. It doesn't all have to be the same sticker. We're just doing it this way today for simplicity. And then we're gonna hit Make It. You could save your project at this step if you want to, you don't have to. And then we're gonna hit Don't Save because I don't want to save. And we're gonna change our material size over here to 8.5 by 11, which is the size of our sticker paper. You do not need to mirror for stickers, so we're not worried about that. The only thing I do want to change is we're gonna be putting a laminating sheet over this, and the Cricut will automatically position your sticker sheet in the farthest upper left that it possibly can. And sometimes I think that makes it just a little bit hard to place our laminating sheet. So I like to move it down and towards the middle just a little bit, just to make it a little bit easier to place my laminating sheet later. So I'm gonna do that. It's not a precise science. I just try to bump it down to the middle just a little bit. And then we're gonna hit continue. This is the point where you're gonna wanna load your sticker paper into your printer. My printer feeds like this. So I'm gonna be placing my sticker paper backing side up so that it will kind of come through like that. But you put your sticker paper in your printer however your tray requires. So go ahead and load up your sticker paper and then we'll talk about printing. Okay, you've got your sticker paper loaded in and now you're just gonna hit send to printer right here. It's gonna go ahead and hopefully pull up your printer, but if you don't see it, you can select it from the drop-down menu. And then you can select how many copies you want here. I just wanna do 1. And then I always uncheck to add bleed. This is something you may wanna play with your printer. Maybe try one with bleed, try one without bleed and see what you like the best. I'm using an HP Envy 6055E, and I feel like on mine, toggling the bleed off gives me a slightly better result, so that's what I do for mine. And then all you have to do is press print. Once your sheet is printed, it should look like this. And now we're gonna do our laminating sheet, which is kind of just our extra step that's really gonna take these stickers from having that like matte, kind of not super durable finish to being very durable and having like a shiny, clean, professionally finished look. So what we're gonna do, okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out a piece of our laminating sheet here, our holographic laminating sheet. I'm just gonna select the one that's on top, which is this little triangle patterned one. I will show it to you in just a second. This is the little triangle pattern. I love it. I think it's so pretty. I really love all of these laminating sheets. I think they're really cute. And what we wanna do is size this laminating sheet down so it's not covering our registration marks. So registration marks are how the Cricut reads where to cut on your print and cut design. So there's information kind of hidden in these little registration marks that dictates to the Cricut where to cut the outline of your stickers. And I've found that if we just lay this holographic laminating sheet on top and we cover those registration marks, the Cricut has a really hard time reading the sensor because the camera that's inside the Cricut, just the light bounces right off those registration marks if they're glossy, and you're not gonna get an accurate cut. So we're gonna cut it down to size. And the way we're gonna do that is by flipping it over, and we're gonna line the top of our page up right under those registration marks, just a little bit. And then the same on the left-hand side. We're gonna line it up right on the inside. You can leave a little bit of space. It doesn't have to be like bumping right up against the registration mark. That just means you're gonna have a little more wiggle room when you lay it down here in a second, but you definitely want it to be covering your whole sticker design. And then we're just gonna make a mark right inside that registration mark over there. And we're gonna make another mark right inside the registration mark in the bottom left. So top right, make a little vertical tick, and then bottom left, make a little horizontal tick. So you're basically just giving yourself a little guideline as to where to cut this laminating sheet. Then we're gonna take our straight cutter. We're gonna slide our laminating sheet inside and line up with that little vertical tick mark we made and cut. And then we're gonna do the same thing for the horizontal tick mark we made. Line it up, make sure your sheet is like flat against the bumper there, and cut. And now we've sized this down so that we're not gonna be covering our own registration marks here in a second when we lay it on there. So you don't need your pen anymore. You do need your squeegee for this next step. And what we're gonna do is peel back the backing just a little bit here. You don't wanna peel the whole thing off just yet, so don't get excited and peel it all off. And we just wanna peel back like the top about like an inch to 1.5 inches and fold it back, crease it. So now you can see I have the top part free and then I have it folded back on the side so that I can just use this small strip to align on my page. So now we're just gonna lay it down, aligning right above that bottom registration mark, and just press it down flat. Now, if you get a bubble here, make sure before pressing it down that you gently relift and replace. You definitely don't want a bubble here because as soon as we start extending this sheet out, it's gonna become a really big bubble. So now that you've got it placed flat, here comes the fun part. This is like magic. You're gonna take your hand and start pulling on that little tab that you created when you folded, just enough to get your squeegee underneath. And once your squeegee is underneath, you can let go and then just push it on out. And now you have a perfectly laminated sticker sheet that is not covering your registration marks. So use your squeegee to continue flattening it out there. And then this is ready to be loaded into our Cricut and cut. So let's get this loaded onto a Cricut mat and then we're ready to cut it. And then this project is done. To cut stickers, you want a regular grip Cricut mat. They are typically the green ones. Mine has a little bit of debris on it, so we're just gonna all ignore that and pretend like it's not there. And you can just use your hands to place it down so it's nice and attached. You don't really need the squeegee for that part, although if you're feeling extra, you totally could. The next thing we're gonna do is head back to Cricut Design Space because we need to set the cut setting for this particular thing. And I like to do it on the medium cardstock setting, and then I do more pressure. I usually do more pressure if I'm using a thicker laminating sheet like this one. You could probably get away with doing default pressure actually. I just haven't tried it. But medium cardstock, more pressure will cut all the way through the whole sticker, and we're gonna have individual stickers that we can then peel and use whenever we want to. Now, sometimes you may wanna create a sticker sheet where instead of having individual stickers, you have the whole sheet and you can peel each sticker off individually as you want to use them. Those are called kiss cut stickers. And if you wanted to do kiss cut stickers, you are gonna use the sticky note setting. And if you're using a laminating sheet, you would do more pressure. So that would be if you wanted to create a full sheet and peel each one as you wanted to use it. But today we are doing die cut stickers, meaning we want to hold these individual stickers separately and then peel and use them as we want to. So we're going to use medium cardstock, more pressure. Okay, let's load this into the Cricut and let it do its thing. Okay, so we're just gonna align our mat underneath the little brackets, press the flashing loading unload button, and then it's gonna see that the mat is completely aligned, and once it does that, the go button will start flashing and we will press that. Now, it's worth noting that you're first gonna see the Cricut kind of read those registration marks, and if you've never done a print then cut project, it can be a little bit alarming the first time because you're thinking, it's broken, it's not cutting, it's not doing a single cut. It's actually doing exactly right. It's just reading those registration marks first so it knows where to cut, and then once it's done reading all 4 registration marks, then the cut will begin. This part sometimes takes a minute, so I'm gonna take a little break and let it cut, and then we'll come back when it's done and I'll show you how to peel them off of your mat. Okay. Our cut is complete. So the way I remove my stickers from my mat is I flip the whole mat over and then gently peel the mat away from the stickers, not the other way around. That really just prevents curling of your stickers and makes them nice and flat. And then you can see that the whole excess was cut away perfectly, leaving behind just the stickers like this, which is exactly how we want it for die cut stickers. So now I'm just gonna gently peel the mat back and then try to lift the stickers as flat as I possibly can away from the mat. So it's more like a pulling out motion than like a pulling away motion, because we really don't want them to curl up on us because that just creates not a very cute sticker. But this is kind of one of those things that there's not a wrong way to do it. So figure out what works best for you and what gives you the best result and do that. I guess the only wrong way to do it would be if you bent your sticker somehow, but you're not gonna do that. Okay, these bad boys are complete. So I hope you loved this first sticker tutorial. If it was your very first sticker project, congratulations. Let us know in the comments how it went. Let us know what questions you still have or what you want to learn next, because this Cricut Beginner Series is far from over and we are happy to continue creating for you so we can be with you on your Cricut journey every step of the way. I hope you had a great time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because we are back every single week with a new video, and we would love for you to be a part of our crafty DB Besties community. As always, my name is Laura. You can find me personally at It's Laura Lambert anywhere you do social media. I would love to meet you personally, so send me a DM. And until next time, happy crafting, DB Besties.